Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about why narcissistic people don't like answering questions, why you seem to get trapped in those circular arguments with them where nothing gets resolved with a narcissistic person, because narcissists aren't looking to resolve things, they're looking to control things, and they either coercively control situations by making it so you feel like you've got no choice, or making you feel like you daren't go against them, daren't ask them something, daren't speak up for yourself about something for fear of the reactions you've received from them in the past, or through persuasion, where they're going to try and persuade you into believing that something was your idea so that they can control the outcome of events. When it comes to narcissistic people, they don't want to answer questions because they believe they are superior. They believe that they are better than thou. They believe that they should be able to have things how they want things, and they lack the empathy to care for how you feel, for how things might affect you, for how their choices might impact your life. Narcissistic people tend to see themselves as right, and in order for them to be right to the narcissist, you're going to be wrong. They're going to make out that everybody else is wrong to uphold within their mindset that they are right, and they're going to go through many different manipulation tactics to prove that they are right. Narcissistic people tend to believe that they are better than all others. They feel entitled to do as they please. They feel entitled to exploit people, and they don't want to get caught out on their behaviour. They don't want to face any consequences for their actions because they believe that they are right. They've wrote that story within their mind. There's either the grandiose narcissist that's going to be full of that charismatic charm and that sense of humour when it comes to questioning, to distract people from the fact that they don't actually answer the question, or the vulnerable narcissist that's going to fall into that victim mindset to distract people that they haven't answered the question by playing the victim. They're either going to play the joker or play the victim to distract people from the fact that they're not answering questions. They want you to agree with them. They've written that story within their own mind. They've written that reality within their own mind, and they're going to be the hero or the victim, but they're going to avoid taking responsibility for their own behaviour at all costs. They're going to lay that blame at somebody else's door. When it comes to a narcissistic person answering a question, they are either going to answer your question with a question, they are going to shame you and blame you, or they're going to answer your question with an accusation. They're going to go all out to get you going, to get you on the defensive. They're going to go all out to frustrate you, anger you, cause that anxiety within you, cause that resentment within you, so that you either fear speaking up to them or you react to them, and then they blame you. And because you take responsibility for your own behaviour, you're the one that's left questioning yourself and not them, which is what they want. They want you questioning yourself so that you don't question them. If you were to ask a narcissist, when it comes to narcissistic people, a narcissist would rather impress a stranger than care for their own family. This is because a stranger to a narcissist is a blank canvas. A stranger is naive. A stranger doesn't know the narcissist for who they are as a person. The narcissist can sell that stranger whatever story the narcissist wants to sell that stranger. The narcissist can mirror that stranger and get admiration from the stranger that the narcissist believes they're entitled to. So if you were to ask them why they treat everybody one way behind closed doors and another way out in public, why they are being super nice to strangers and not really paying attention to their own children, for example, when they get into a new relationship and they're being there for the new partner's children but neglecting their own children. And if anyone is to dare ask a narcissist about this, if it's an intimate relationship and you ask them why they're being nice to somebody of the same sex as you, they're going to turn around and claim that you have trust issues, you're insecure, you're jealous. They're going to instantly accuse you of your feelings being in the wrong to distract you from their actions being in the wrong. If somebody else notices that they're paying more attention to somebody else's children than their own and questions them about this, they're going to see this as that person has turned against them, and they're going to accuse the ex of not allowing them to see the children. They're going to go straight out there with the false accusations. They're not going to reflect on their behaviour. They're going to look for somebody to blame for their behaviour. If you ask a narcissist why they hurt somebody, if you pick out the fact that they've hurt somebody, or if they kick an animal, something like that, and you call them out on this, narcissistic people really don't like being called out for their behaviour. If you were to call a narcissist out on their behaviour, they're going to turn around and say, the dog deserved it, the cat deserved it, they deserved it, they didn't do this for me. Oh, you know what I'm like. Oh, I had a bad day. Oh, I didn't get enough sleep. They're going to fall into the victim mindset to play down their behaviour. And another way of playing down their behaviour is by saying, it wasn't that bad. They can't take a joke. I was only messing around. It didn't hurt them. So that they don't take responsibility for how cruel they're being to others. Or they're going to turn around and accuse you of overreacting. So that, again, you're the one that's left questioning your reactions to their actions rather than questioning their actions. If they do something that is perceived by society as morally wrong, such as cheating on somebody, and you turn around and ask them, why did you cheat on them? They might just turn around and say, well, the ex is crazy. The ex is trying to control me. I needed to escape. They're going to find another reason to blame rather than owning up to the fact that they lack morals, they lack respect, they lack loyalty. They're not going to admit that. They're going to look for somebody else to blame. Or they can use the claim that, well, everybody else is doing it. Or they can make a laugh and joke about it, about how grandiose and special they are and how everybody wants them, to lull people into that false illusion of the narcissist's charismatic charm so that the narcissist can get away with their negative behaviour. Narcissistic people tend to isolate people from support. So if you were to ask them why they don't want you going out, they're going to turn around and go into the victim mindset of, why don't you want to spend time with me? I thought we'd do this together. Do I not matter to you? So that you feel bad for wanting to go out with your friends and family. Nobody ruins a special occasion quite like a narcissist who's not the centre of attention. Some narcissists don't do this. Some narcissists will be the grandiose narcissists that throw the lavishest parties and buy the best gifts they can because they're expecting that eternal gratitude, and they will use that gift against you, or they will take that gift away from you one day. Those that ruin special occasions, if you were to ask them why they ruined a special occasion, they're going to turn around and say things like, what's your problem? It's not me that's ruined it, it's you. You're the one that's in the mood. You're the one that weren't ready on time. You're the one that didn't help me get ready. Or what's so special about them? Why do you care more about them than you care for me? They're not going to directly answer because that would give the game away. That would give themselves away. Some of them have no clue as to why they've done it anyway, but they are looking to find a scapegoat to blame for their behaviour, or they're looking to shame you in some way for their behaviour. Now, on the flip side, a narcissist might ask you a question, and instead of responding to your answer, they're going to answer your answer with another question. So they might ask you, where would you like to go for dinner? And you might say, oh, I'd like to go here. And they're going to come back and say, is that the only place you want to go? And you might go, well, I'd like to go there. Well, would you not like to go to some other places? Well, what places would you like to go to? Well, there's no point in me telling you what places I'd like to go to, because you never want to go to the places I like to go to, which is why I'm asking you where you'd like to go. And then you're trapped in that circular argument, and it usually ends up with them not taking you anywhere, or you not going anywhere with them, because they create such an atmosphere that you're the one that's left upset. Well, why would I want to go with you now? Look at the state of you. So you're the one that feels like you're in the wrong, and they've created the chaos, they've created the scenario to avoid doing usually what they promised to do a week ago, a day ago, to get their needs met by you. And because their needs have been met by you, they're no longer interested in doing it with you. They're looking at a get out of jail free card, but they don't want to admit that. They want to find a way to blame you. When it comes to narcissistic people, you can't have a debate. You can't create an argument and have two sides of the argument to discuss over. They lack the empathetic skills to understand your point of view, even if they don't agree with your point of view. Most people who have the compassion, have the empathy, even if you do not agree with somebody or do not agree with their point of view, you can have the compassion, the empathy. Narcissistic people believe that they are right, their point of view is fact, and they are looking to shut everybody else down, to either silence them, to shun them, to isolate them from support so that the narcissist point of view is correct, or they're going to find a way to get you to agree with them without agreeing with them. So they might turn around to you and just say, oh, well, what would you be driving a convertible in this weather for? And you might say they might like to ride motorbikes. So you might just say to them, well, you enjoy riding motorbikes, they enjoy riding a convertible. And the narcissist is going to turn around and say, well, that's not the same thing, is it? And it's, well, no, but that's what they enjoy and that's what you enjoy. Personally, I enjoy neither, but you enjoy that and you enjoy that. So everybody's different. And a narcissist will turn around and say, well, why would you have one of those? And you might turn around and say, well, no, I've just explained it's not really for me. I don't mind other people having them, but it's not really for me. Oh, so you agree with me then? And you're thinking, well, no, I don't agree with you. I think that everyone's entitled to live their own life and do what they would like to do. You're invalidating them and putting them down. But if you try and explain this to a narcissist, they're just going to get louder and talk over you and claim that you agreed with them because you wouldn't have the very thing that they're slagging off about somebody else. And it's usually because the narcissist is envious of that other person. Because you're not envious of that other person, because you can see that, oh, that's what they like to do, that's what they like to do. You can just let people live. Narcissistic people don't like doing this. They feel envious of another person. So they want to belittle and criticise and judge and put another person down. Or when it comes to picking up the children, they might say, what time can I collect the children? And you might say, oh, 9 o'clock. And they might go, is there any other time? And you might think, oh, I know where this is going. What time would you like to collect the children? Well, there's no point in me telling you a time because you'll never agree to a time I say. So how about I just come any time? And you want a set plan so you know what you're doing so that you can have the children ready, because you know the reaction if the children aren't ready. But the narcissist isn't going to give you that. And even if they were, they're going to turn up late and then blame and shame you. When you have a different point of view, a different perspective to a narcissist, they're going to go all out to shame you. They're going to go all out to accuse you in some way. They'll call you stupid. They'll call you an idiot. They'll make a mock of you in front of other people. They will joke about you in front of other people. Can you believe that they really thought that? They can go all out to invalidate who you are, crush your opinion, crush your spirit. They might come up with some knowledge they have that we don't even know whether it's true or not, to discredit your viewpoints rather than try and see where you're coming from, because a narcissist always has to be right. They might even turn around in front of other people and just say, well, you would know, wouldn't you? I forgot you were perfect. I forgot you know everything. to make it feel like you're the one that's always trying to be right when you're just trying to discuss a different opinion. When it comes to dealing with narcissistic people, there's no point in asking them questions because you're not going to get a direct answer from them. They're going to go all out to divert you from what they're actually doing to you. And they're usually going to do it in a format where they answer your question with a question, whether they shame you, whether they blame you, whether they criticize you, whether they judge you, or they're going to start accusing you. So you're the one that's left questioning yourself and no longer questioning the narcissist. One of the main reasons a narcissist does not answer a question is because they do not want to be honest with you about the things they're doing to you or doing to those around you. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments, or any ways you noticed a narcissist reacting to you asking them a simple question. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour. If you do find the information helpful, then please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.